What is going on, Sports Wars? We are here. We are live. And once again, the highlight of yesterday was a female doing something that virtually anyone can do. But let's celebrate it because it's a woman. Let's make this a huge publicity stunt since we know we're going to get destroyed. We didn't have any women to bring on for you guys today just to breathe because that's evidently impressive nowadays. But we do have something close enough, and that's Jeremy. What's up?
That was good. That was good. No, we're here to celebrate the peak of the athletic ability in Sarah Fuller. What she was able to do yesterday by kicking an extra point with no pressure whatsoever from the opposing team is one of the greatest accomplishments in the history of humanity. And we're all here just to celebrate. I am truly happy. I'm happy to be alive. This is not okay, what we are seeing from all of the toxic males and all of the hate. No, but it's such nonsense, man. So yeah, we're here to talk about it. And God, Ryan just showed me some video that I had not seen yet. We should do a full video on this topic.
We should. I get Lyndon was like, "Hey, did you see this?" And he found it. So he's
Lyndon, the newest addition to Geeks and Gamers. Lethal Lightning hasn't done a lot of good things, but one of the only good things he's done is to introduce Lyndon to Geeks and Gamers, who's our newest writer, and he's been a great addition. So shout out to both of our Aussie boys.
Yeah. So if you guys missed it, Sarah Fuller was back on the field. But what was puzzling was the only time she was on the field was for extra points. For kickoffs, they had somebody else doing that. Somebody who was getting touchbacks, in fact, kicking like a man while she kicks like a girl. When they needed to kick field goals, they ran a male kicker out there. He even attempted one from 53 yards. Didn't make it, but came reasonably close. Obviously has the leg for it. But no, the best option, evidently, was Sarah Fuller to kick extra points, who can barely get the ball off the ground, barely get it across the crossbar. That is who they decided to go with. It is very obvious that this is a complete sham. This is a publicity stunt. And if there's any cocksucker out there that is trying to say it's not, you're an idiot. That is absolutely nonsensical. There is no way you can get away with saying that, oh, she is really the best option anymore.
No, I mean anybody celebrating this is it's your typical person that doesn't follow sports and now they're seeing the opportunity to virtue signal off of it. It is pathetic. I'm sorry. There's two different people there. So there's the people that don't follow sports and seeing an opportunity to virtue signal, and there's the other people that are just trying to get pussy, by going, oh, I'm so proud. I'm so proud to see a woman succeed in a predominantly male sport. And that's because they're male feminists and they're pretending that they're all, respectful of women, but in reality, they're just trying to fuck. And we all know that those dudes are out there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I wanted to show, because I told Jeremy when this happened. So Sarah Fuller goes out there. Vanderbilt goes down the field, scores on, I think, their first possession, maybe their second possession of the game. Sarah Fuller runs out there to kick an extra point. Everybody goes insane. Social media goes insane. There's pictures out there. It looks like she won the goddamn Super Bowl, right? That's basically what it felt like. Despite the fact, we'll talk about that later. We'll go over what Jeremy showed earlier with the fact that these people didn't really even pressure her. They didn't really even rush her. They made it seem like they would, but they did not try to block this kick because, again, just like with Missouri, when they fell on the ball and didn't return it, everybody was in on it the entire time. This is a sham. But what was interesting was after that, she didn't do the kickoff. It was strange because I was following the thing. I was looking play by play because I was wondering if she was going to do kickoffs, and she wasn't. Then when their kicker came out and kicked a 39-yard field goal, ESPN completely disabled all of their play-by-play tracking. Now, it was down for about 45 minutes. That was the only game on the entire ESPN site that happened to. They just took off all scoring plays. They took off all play-by-play. You couldn't see anything. I think it's because they were trying to hide the fact, right after everyone's celebrating Sarah Fuller, that somebody else is actually kicking field goals. a black man, no less. They tried to erase a black man from history because of Sarah Fuller.
And that is the oppression Olympics. It's just, again, whenever you introduce identity politics into any equation, it's going to ruin it. And sometimes it takes a little bit longer than others. For Vanderbilt, it didn't take long at all because you have terrible infrastructure. And it's like anything else. If a disease infects a healthy body, then that healthy body can fight off that disease and keep it at bay. If it infects an unhealthy body, it can take it over. And that's what's happened. That's what social justice is. And when it infects an 0-8 team, it can just overrun it. And that's exactly what we've seen happen right now. It's a complete shit show. It's a circus. And it's making a joke of the entire sporting world right now because it doesn't begin and end at Vanderbilt. We saw Chris Collinsworth sit there and say how Pittsburgh Steelers fans were passionate. You know, they were passionate. They were really passionate. Even the ladies are passionate. And he had to apologize for that. He had to apologize for that. That is the world we are in. Does anybody that watches sports understand how bad they talk on the field and the horrible shit that is said? Imagine a world where Kevin Garnett talked all that shit. Kevin Garnett said shit that would make almost any grown man cringe. And Collinsworth had to apologize for saying even the ladies know their football in Pittsburgh.
That's true. For complimenting people. For complimenting people, he had to apologize. Now, if you guys missed it, it was absolutely historic. Sarah Fuller even tweeted, "Oh, now she's verified."
All right. Yes.
They verified a fucking college female soccer player on Twitter right now to virtue signal. 2 for 2. She tweeted 2 for 2, guys. She's perfect. Definitely a Heisman worthy. Here is that incredible kick. Yes. You see her do the, yeah, she did the Tiger Woods yes, like he won the goddamn Masters. Because she kicked a fucking extra point. Look at all these Tennessee players. Look at this fucking bitch over here. This bitch over on the side didn't do anything.
He didn't even do anything.
This person jumps way before the ball's even kicked, so he's down beforehand. I don't know why I did that. What an absolute fucking joke, man. You go, girl. I see so many people saying in chat.
If she doesn't win the Heisman, it is true sexism, ladies and gentlemen. It is the patriarchy taking over.
It is ridiculous. And you see, look at this shit. This shit from Fox College Football made it look easy with one of these fucking, I don't even know what that face is called. Some sly, like, fucking arrogant face. Made it look easy. It's a fucking extra point, you dumb fuck. What are you talking about?
Oh, my God.
It's such absolute cringe. But everybody, all of sports is like latching onto this. Look at the Titans game last week. Today's 12th at Titans. Hashtag play like a girl. Sarah Fuller was the 12th Titan Sword of Honor at the Tennessee football game. All these other people who are, actually athletes, actually doing things, actually earned their spot on the field. It's insane.
This does not do anything to help women's athletics at all.
It's not okay.
This is not helping. This is only disrespectful. Here we go. This is the video Ryan showed me.
All right, guys. You want to see what really playing like a girl looks like? You want to really see it? This is Sarah Fuller out there practicing. There's her family, the only people that give a fuck. She's on the 20-yard line. So that makes this the equivalent of a 30-yard field goal. Look at this. It probably would have hit the crossbar if it had been on target, but instead it was way out to the left.
Oh my God.
That's why she's not out there kicking field goals, because you know what? She fucking sucks. She's not any good. The only time she can get it up through the crossbar is when she is on the 2-yard line. But you are trying to pretend like this is some incredible thing. You can't convince me that she is a better option than your other kicker, your fucking actual kicker out there. That is a joke.
So that asks the question, why is she on the field? If she's not a better option, and I think Clay Travis talked about this the other day, she's simply just not the best option. And that's what sports is all about, the best option. Who is the best option? And she is not the best option.
Yeah, that's why this is a joke, right? I would have issues. Honestly, I would have it. Even if she was the best option, I would still have some issues, honestly, with a female being on the field for a bunch of different reasons. But even if she was good enough, but she's not. She just isn't. Right. So Vandy has a field goal kicker who just made a 39-yard field goal, but Sarah Fuller is kicking their extra points, and you're telling me this isn't a stunt? Come on. Look at this.
Absolute stunt.
Look at this fucking cuck. Look at this bitch. Jeff Schwartz replies, she helped them out 2 weeks ago and had no opportunity to attempt a kick, so they gave her a PAT attempt today. Pretty straightforward. Is that how we do sports? This isn't some high school thing where a feel-good story where you let a retard on there so he can play and feel good. Is that what we're doing in college sports right now? Are you telling me that Sarah Fuller is the equivalent of a retarded person going out there for a feel-good?
That's how they're treating it. That's how they're treating it. And that's how the media, that's how Hollywood, that's how the entertainment industry, that's how this woke situation likes to treat non-white dudes. Because that's how they view non-white dudes. That's what these weirdos don't understand. You are being used by people that think you are less than them. That is how, and they're just going to take advantage of it because they're still going to financially benefit. Sarah Fuller is going to end up being a millionaire over this, all because she's being used by the mainstream media and Hollywood and woke news sites.
The replies to this are fucking insane. Look at this idiot. She kicked a soccer ball 60 yards in high school. I'd say she could kick a field goal pretty far away too. What? I could throw a baseball a lot further than I can throw a football because it's different. Like, I don't.
It's making a joke. It's making a joke of sports. It's making an absolute joke of sports.
Yeah, Vandy just had a kicker attempt a 53-yard field goal. He missed wide right, but he's not good enough to kick extra points. That's why they need Sarah Fuller, guys. No way he could kick extra points. And then the media started trying to respond to Clay Travis because he's one of the only people being critical of this. This woman out there, what if it's not a stunt, but instead recognizing that similar to many male-dominated spaces, it's not about taking an opportunity away from a man, but intentionally giving one to a woman who's earned it, ensuring that her work is noticed, where historically it has been ignored.
Oh my God.
She hasn't earned it. That's
sports has always been about people that are the best at what they do. And now it's completely like this is changing how sports is going to be viewed. This is changing how everything, like it's not going to be about who's the best for the job. It's going to be about who's the best for the job that fits the right social justice talking points. That's what's happening. So as this continues to progress more into sports, just understand that it's not about who's the best on the team. It's not. It's about who fits the narrative the best. That's where we're at. And it's not going to slow down. It's going to get worse. It's going to get far worse.
Oh, it 100% is going to get worse. And I've got an article that I found before. I haven't even shared this with you yet, Jeremy. The title of the article is going to make you facepalm. It's going to give us another image for thumbnails. William Ward for $5. I am a VIP member of the 24/7 Oregon Ducks site. That board is so woke that there was a 3-page thread on Sarah Fuller yesterday. Pathetic. Well, I know that a lot of people are Oregon fans, but Oregon, like that doesn't surprise me just because that location, a lot of people that are probably going to go there are probably going to be extremely woke based on the location. And that's shitty, but it's where we're at right now in sports because anyone that was critical of it was probably getting deleted. It was probably getting deleted by moderators, if I had to guess. Go ahead.
And yeah, John Matrix is not here today. He couldn't make it, but our brother will be back with us probably next week. So we love John.
That's right.
And Uche's probably asleep. So
Uche's probably like, Cyberpunk.
yeah, he's been playing the hell out of Cyberpunk.
Zach Brannigan for €5. This will hurt women's sports. This will be used to justify biological men in women's sports. Remember when a woman played in Power 5 and she scored? Yeah. And that is the other thing. Like, women have played at shitty colleges before and scored. That has happened. But now it's her story because it's Power 5 conference. Even though it's Vanderbilt is an absolute dog shit team. And you can understand this is why they're doing it, to get attention for themselves. Otherwise, no one would be talking about Vanderbilt because they're 0-9.
Well, I mean, look at the college football season. Like, look at the nonsense. Like, Alabama, my team. All right. Alabama is absolutely fucking dominating college football on another level this year. And I just not invested at all. I mean, because of everything that we've seen happen. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy Bama's doing good. I think they've got a legitimate chance of winning the national championship. But with everything that surrounded college football this year, it's just a joke. Everything with the political nonsense that's going on, no crowds there, bringing in Sarah Fuller, the media celebrating it like it's the greatest accomplishment of all time. It's really taken away from my enthusiasm and excitement for college football this year. College football is my favorite sport. I prefer college football over NFL. I have not enjoyed it at all this year.
Yeah, I got some numbers for you, Jeremy. Speaking about the SEC specifically, you'll like this. The SEC will have played 65 of 70 scheduled games after today, on track for 4 more in the SEC championship game next weekend. That's 70 out of 71 scheduled games played. That's a 98.6% success rate. Not quite as high as the COVID survival rate, but still pretty good.
Pretty good. That's pretty
Toronto
good.
Bros BTFO'd.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Russian Bob for $2. One of the best streams of the week. # play like a girl. Yeah, we'll try not to stream like a girl today.
Yeah.
But no guarantees. Might pull my tits out. Bweezy Bird for $2. Glad 2 of 2 is better than a historical 0-10 season. Basically, that's all they have to hang their hats on. They fired the coach. Everything's shit for Vanderbilt. I saw somebody always, whenever we talk shit about Vanderbilt, they're like, but their baseball team's great. I agree. Their baseball team is really good. I think it was Dansby Swanson was the #1 overall pick from Vanderbilt 3 years ago for the Atlanta Braves. So yeah, they've got a really good baseball team. It's Bubba Matt for $5. Why is everything so damn woke these days? It's pathetic.
It's everywhere, man.
I wish I could answer the question.
It's everywhere, and it's not slowing down anytime soon. There's few things that it has not impacted. Very few things.
Yeah. All right, Jeremy, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this article?
Yes.
All right. Sarah Fuller, my male college football teammates call me champ. There it is. Oh, yeah. I saw that this morning when I was just hunting around for a couple things. It is full press. It is constant. The mainstream media is controlling this narrative. They're trying to hold this up as a success story, as a shining example of what we need to have more of.
It is absolutely the media is the enemy of the people. Whether it's mainstream news media, whether it's your sports media, whether it's your written sports media, whatever it is, they are awful. They are awful. Again, I want to remind everyone that a week ago or 2 weeks ago, there was articles saying that she knows more about winning than her coach. Now, again, you can say, oh, the coach was 0-8, and that's fine. He's also someone that took his team to 2 bowl games.
In the SEC.
Yeah, in the SEC, the toughest conference in football. Took him to 2 bowl games. And it's not like Vanderbilt's a historically powerhouse college football team. They're not. They never have been. But this is just, my goodness, man. We are absolutely in a twilight zone.
Yeah, it's the whole article. It's a bunch of little quotes from her and talking about how tall she was and how it helps her play with the boys and like all of this cringe fucking shit. At some point, it's kind of tough to have anything else to say other than like what is going on. You had all this. She gave a speech in their locker room at halftime. Someone who had never actually stepped on the field with them, someone who was put there as a publicity stunt, gave a halftime speech to these college football players. And as bad as Vanderbilt is, these are players who have bled, who have sweat, who have fucking cried together through all of this shit. And they're really fucking good athletes. To have this bitch come in here and say this kind of stuff. And so a lot of people are like, I don't have anything against Sarah Fuller. I do. Fuck Sarah Fuller. She is using this as an opportunity. Fucking 2 for 2, all this trash. My teammates call me champ. She said that what were they doing on the sidelines? We got a first down and I was the only one cheering. She's trying to go in there.
Yeah, you're right.
About this in entertainment and stuff all the time. You have these people that don't belong in a fucking space that come in there and then try to change it to be what they want. She was trying to get their sidelines to be like a goddamn 13-year-old softball game where they got cheers going for everybody and all this shit.
Is Sarah Fuller the Brie Larson of college football?
That's a title for a video.
Yes. I think I need to make it Sarah Fuller is the Brie Larson of college football.
Oh my God. It is ridiculous. So I have something against Sarah Fuller. I'm not afraid to say it. Fuck her. She doesn't belong there. She is taking opportunities away from other people who actually deserve it for a virtue signal. And it's kind of working right now. A lot of people are talking about it. We're talking about it, but we're shitting on it, obviously. But the entire mainstream is going to tell you that she deserves to win some kind of award for this. She is going to win that stupid ESPN Courage Award.
Yes.
Mark my words.
And again,
I find some trans athletes to get to.
I know it seems like hyperbole, and it is to an extent, but they're going to give the Heisman Trophy to a woman at some point in time. I mean, they just absolutely are. It ain't going to happen this year, but we're not that far from it. We're really not. Yeah, we're really not. Can you imagine the first woman that scores an actual touchdown in a college football game? They're going to give her the Heisman. Doesn't matter if that's her only touchdown all year long. You know what I mean? I mean, that's how compromised the media is. And that's how Sarah Fuller is going to be a multimillionaire through all of this because she's their she's being used by the media. She's taking advantage of that as well. And other people are going to see how, wow, all I need to do is fall in line and be part of the woke messaging too, and I can benefit even if I'm not good enough. And that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, it really is. And like you said, Colin Kaepernick, for instance, Colin Kaepernick is making more money right now than he would be with a fucking, minimum NFL salary because that's all he would get because he's not any good. It's more productive for him at this point to continue to remain a victim than it is for him to actually play on the field because he's dog shit. And everyone would realize that he's not getting blackballed. He's not a victim. He just fucking sucks.
Well, what'll happen with Sarah Fuller is when she ultimately is not good enough to make the NFL, if that happens, she will then go to she'll go the Colin Kaepernick way of playing the victim about how she was not welcomed in a male-dominated sport, yada, yada, yada. And we'll see if she takes that, but that she absolutely has that opportunity now. If she wants to go full Colin Kaepernick and just play the victim, she'll make a lot more money. She'll get the woke Twitter mob to follow her. She'll have Nike sign her, all while not being good enough to play in the sport. That's exactly. I mean, that's what Colin Kaepernick did. Again, to be clear, Colin Kaepernick was a really good college football player. He was a fantastic college football player, and he was a really good NFL quarterback for a short period of time. Now, a lot of that he benefited from, Harbaugh and that system. But regardless, I mean, the dude, like anybody that watched that Green Bay game, I mean, Colin Kaepernick was incredible, and he had a lot of talent. Ultimately, Everybody faces adversity. Everybody faces adversity at some point or another. It happens to all the greats. It happened to Michael Jordan. It's happened to LeBron. It's happening to Tom Brady right now. And it's happened to Tom Brady a lot over the years in New England. But he overcame it, so you don't really notice that. But Colin Kaepernick, like any other quarterback, faced adversity. And the moment he had to face adversity, he couldn't overcome it. And then he got benched, and then he realized he couldn't get his job back. So then he decided to play a professional victim, and he's benefited from it greatly. But that is exactly what happened. That is exactly how it played out.
You know, ironically, the reason that Colin Kaepernick never faced any diversity growing up as a black man is because he had all that white privilege. He got adopted by a white family that took care of him and coddled him.
Yep.
God, what a fucking bitch. But Colin Kaepernick is the same story as we see with a lot of people, especially athletic quarterbacks that come into the league. They do things that defenses aren't necessarily ready for. And then the defense adjusts. It happens all the time.
The NFL always adjusts.
Remember the Wildcat when Miami made it to the playoffs by running the Wildcat?
Yep.
That shit lasted for about a year, and then it was over because defenses adjusted.
Yep.
And it's the same exact thing. That's why Colin Kaepernick struggled, and that's why he wasn't able to play, because people adjusted to him and realized that he can't throw touch passes. Literally, He only throws the ball one fucking way, and he can't really read the field. If you keep him in the pocket, he's done.
Yep.
Let's get to some of these super chats.
I want everybody to think about, like, it's all about, like, the problem is how these situations are handled by the media. Like, I growing up, one of my favorite players was Randall Cunningham. Randall Cunningham was amazing. Randall Cunningham was a truly transcendent player. At no point in time, at least from my perspective, I never heard Randall Cunningham identified as a black man, a black quarterback. Back then, it wasn't about, he was just a quarterback, and he was a great quarterback, and he was doing great things. I never heard his race ever reported on by the media. I never heard about any of this push to build a narrative around his race. I just remember him being a great quarterback. Same with Warren Moon. Same with a lot of players. Dante Culpepper, who was making all of these records when he had Randy Moss, he turned out to be garbage when he didn't have Randy Moss, but never heard this narratives built around them. All I heard was they were doing X, Y, and Z because they were good players. Now everything is built around identity, everything, and that is the media doing it. It's bullshit.
Yeah, now you have to be worried about benching your quarterback if he's black, just like they did with Dwayne Haskins. And
right.
What has happened since then? Not only was Josh, I could forget his fucking name. He's injured now, but Alex Smith is now in the game.
Yeah,
Alex Smith is now in, and the Washington football team is winning games. And it's an incredible story. It is an incredible story of success for Alex Smith. But there are some people that didn't want that because they simply didn't want a black player to be benched. Not because of his performance, but because he was black. Kyle Allen, I think that's his name, Kyle Allen. But yeah, I see somebody in chat saying that Kaepernick is better than a bunch of these other players in the league. I mean, if you think that, that's okay. I mean, considering the fact that you don't even know that it's Andy Dalton, not Anthony Dalton.
Well, the difference is, are you worth the trouble that you bring? Andy Dalton brings no trouble. Andy Dalton brings no media circus. Andy Dalton doesn't affect the locker room. Andy Dalton, I think Andy Dalton's garbage, but Andy Dalton doesn't sit there and split your locker room. These are people that don't understand how sports work. And when you have a divisive figure who is going, and you got to have the right leadership. So like someone like a Tim Tebow, who I don't think was a divisive figure in terms of he didn't do anything, but the media built all this shit around him. Okay. When he was in places like New York, or Denver, there was no like real structure there. Like when he was in New England for that preseason, and the media asked Belichick the same stupid fucking questions they ask everybody else, and everybody else will bite. Belichick didn't bite. Belichick's like, like he didn't care. So there's no story to build off of that because Belichick knew I'm killing this before it starts. If you don't have that type of structure, then you're not going to make it. And Colin Kaepernick does nothing. Yes, he has talent. I will give you that. Not great talent, but he's better than some people, maybe the bottom feeders of the NFL, which, again, let's think about what you're saying. You're making a case that Colin Kaepernick's better than the shittiest quarterbacks in the NFL, which is a problem in of itself. Why are you justifying that? Like, he's better than the worst quarterback in the NFL. There's a lot about
if he really wanted to get back, if he really thought he was better than those people, he would have fucking tried out when he had the opportunity. But he torpedoed it to make it a media mess, so he could be the victim. That's what
he doesn't want.
Dumb people. That's what you fucking retards don't understand. Colin Kaepernick has more success and more name recognition as a victim not playing in the NFL than he would if he was in the NFL. That is why he is going to continue to not be in the NFL, regardless of who's interested and who reaches out.
He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. Yeah, he doesn't want to be there. He's been offered opportunities. He simply doesn't want it. Just like with Tebow. Tebow had opportunities, but once that last one dried up in New England, he had opportunities to play other positions, and he chose not to take them. So it wasn't a matter of did Tebow get ran out of the NFL as much as he got ran out of the NFL as a quarterback, which I still have my opinions on that, but that's neither here nor there. The point is he was offered opportunities for other positions, and he decided he didn't want to take those positions. So Kaepernick just refuses. He continues to pretend that he's not offered opportunities, which he's a liar, because he's offered opportunities, but he just doesn't want to take them, and he feels that he deserves all of this money for these opportunities. And again, it continues to play into his victim mentality, and it helps make him more money.
Yep, absolutely.
And the media is completely complicit in this entire situation.
Yep. William Ward for 10. He lost a lot of respect when he didn't do that tryout, though, even from his hardcore supporters.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're just stuck buying his soy-based fucking Ben and Jerry's ice cream. William Ward for $10. The answer to why everything is so woke is that Marxism is infecting every institution, and sadly, conservatives and Trump fans like myself are too lazy to take back our institutions. Take a stand. Well, that's one of the things we're trying to do here, not necessarily for a party or for a person, but just for reality. We're trying to bring you guys the real shit. And a lot of times what we see in the comment section, what we see from you guys is that you guys are saying things that I want to say, but feel like I can't. That's what we hear a lot from people, because what we're saying right now doesn't fly very well in the mainstream media or in some PC, in some office that you have to abide by these PC language. We're saying what real people think.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm going to see if I could pull it up really quick. I was just notified of this the other day, and I was not aware of it. If I could find it. Of course, Mark talks so much in this chat that it's going to take me forever. Right here. So this is a YouTube channel, and this is kind of, because obviously Sports Wars is part of Geeks and Gamers. So Geeks and Gamers is our brand, it's our website, and we cover the gaming industry, we cover the movie industry, the entertainment industry. Sports Wars is part of that. We also cover theme parks. So we have our hands in a lot of different places, but the entertainment industry is corrupt, okay? And I was notified about this right here. Kinda Funny, who is a channel of former IGN editors. And this person literally says, big fan of your gaming news and commentary on the gaming world. Subscribe to Kinda Funny as soon as I hit it, or as it hit, as I like you, Game Over Greggy, and no taxation a lot. I wonder, though, as I did vote for Trump in 2016 and will again in 2020, am I welcome to be a fan? Nope. Just boom. No, you are not welcome to be a fan. You're not welcome to be a fan if you have a different political opinion. That is how the mainstream operates. That is their mentality. That is it right there. That is not Geeks and Gamers mentality. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm a very proud Trump supporter, and shit like that makes me even more proud that I support Trump, and I even want to be more vocal about it because of people like that. But I don't need everybody that supports me or even that's on my team to be a Trump supporter. They can support whoever they want, and they can have whatever opinion they want. That is the difference. That is the difference between us and them, is they need their echo chamber. They need their opinion repeated back to them. They are interested in silencing you if you don't agree with them. And Geeks and Gamers and Sports Wars is striving to try to, create a platform and a place where people don't have to sit there and be scared of their fucking opinions. It's the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. And, we have people on the staff that disagree with everything Ryan and I are saying right now. And that's perfectly fucking fine. Ryan doesn't need an echo chamber. Ryan just needs a place where he can say whatever the fuck he wants. That's what we are. We don't get scared by different opinions. We don't get offended by shit talking. But that what I just showed everybody is one of the most pathetic things I've seen. But it just speaks volumes to the bigger picture of what's going on in so many of these companies and the media itself.
Yeah. And you said it earlier, but I kind of thought about it like sports is the ultimate meritocracy, all that matters is that you are good. That's why it's such a joke when people say, oh, GMs aren't hiring black coaches that are deserving or something like that. Or, oh, they're not going to make this guy a quarterback because of his color. Sports is all about winning. It is all about winning. That's all that matters. That is all that matters for the people in the locker room, the people on the field or the court. Winning is what matters, and how good you are is the only thing that matters. When you and they've already started. Obviously, we're talking about Sarah Fuller on the field, a woman who can barely kick a football 30 yards. When you start bringing these things, this wokeness, this virtue signaling, it destroys the sport. It destroys what it is. What the pure meaning of sports is. Just one person. Is this person better than this person? Is this team better than this team? That is what sports is and has always been about. And they're fundamentally undermining that right now.
Yeah, and it will only get worse. It will only get worse. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here, but it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, where we go from here is to super chats. Russian Bob, I missed one. Pee Wee Pierre for $2. Jets will draft Sarah Fuller first overall. They might confuse her locks for boy from Clemson there. Maybe that'll be it. Maybe
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. Maybe they'll get him confused. Their hair is pretty similar. Have you seen that chick who's on Instagram that basically impersonates Trevor Lawrence?
Yes.
It's funny. She looks exactly like him.
I know it.
Russian Bob for $5. I bet Sarah Fuller has taken more time doing interviews and pictures than playing and practicing football. Yeah, I mean, it's at least close. I have no doubts. We saw the video. We'll show it again for those of you that missed it, because now we got around 800 people here watching. We'll show you again. This is a real Sarah Fuller kick, okay? This is how she actually kicks. This is from the 20, so that makes it a 30-yard attempt. Sarah Fuller practicing. Wide left, probably wouldn't have even gotten to the crossbar. Right, that is an actual Sarah Fuller field goal attempt. That's why she's only out there to do extra points because she can't kick a fucking football very well. That's the bottom line, unfortunately.
That is so bad, so bad.
William Ward for $5, and it jumped on me. Too many people are afraid to lose their jobs or to be shouted down in public if they stand up to wokeness. It's pathetic, and it will get worse. I agree. Jeremy said it too. It's going to get worse. It's going to continue to go because right now, we are rising. Places like us and Outkick, Black and White Sports, we are rising right now. There's definitely a desire for this, but the mainstream is still inundated with this bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to die on that hill. You see ESPN dying on that hill, firing employees left and right, yet still not changing the way they operate. Boise Bird for $2. Media celebrating Sarah wanted sports canceled. That's true. The Corona Bros didn't want this to happen. They wanted to take away the opportunity for this brave young woman to go out there and kick a field goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's you can always poke holes in social justice nonsense, and there is no consistency. There's no true foundation for it. It just kind of continues to move. So yeah, truly, the Corona Bros, if they would have got what they wanted, this opportunity would have never happened. So they must hate women, everybody. The Corona Bros hate women.
Darren Ravel hates women.
Yeah, Darren Ravel hates women because he did not want this opportunity to happen. This brave and stunning moment would not have happened if the Corona Bros had their way. That is social justice in a nutshell right there. You can just pick it apart.
Yep. Santo Bartez for $10. Some coach watching this unfold will try a female running back because a female being tackled or injured in a play will keep most defensive players from playing at 100% for fear of backlash. We've heard about that in wrestling a lot, actually. There are a decent number of females who try to go and compete in high school wrestling and things like that. And there are dudes who, like, they just don't feel comfortable because it's not a natural thing it's not supposed to be that way. There's a reason that these sports have been separated the way that they are. And a woman comes out there, a lot of people just forfeit because they don't want to beat a girl. They don't want to hurt a girl. They don't want to accidentally touch a girl in the wrong place and end up in fucking prison. Those are all things you have to consider.
Absolutely.
Together.
Absolutely. Like, can you imagine if there's like a girl who like gets tackled and the guy, puts his hand on her ass, and then all of a sudden this guy gets sued? Yeah. Like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And he's going to prison.
Imagine if someone to tackle her grabs her by the pussy. What happens then?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It will happen, and someone will be locked up. I mean, this is some dangerous shit, dude.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I say that even if she was the best possible option, which is a fucking lie, we've proved that is a lie. That's why she's not out there kicking field goals. She's only out there for extra points because she is not the best option. Even if it was, I would still have a big problem with women playing. And I do think that overall devalues women's sports. Good female players should stay in the female leagues. Like, imagine if you took LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, like the top NBA players, Anthony Davis, if you took them out of the NBA, right? They would make it a lot less interesting. That's what you would be doing if, say, a WNBA player, it's fucking laughable to think of, but if a WNBA player decided to go and be a shitty NBA player, you'd be taking that talent out and lessening their league in order to virtue signal.
Yeah.
Vandom 420 for $5. If I was on Tennessee, I would have tried to block it. Equality, right? Oh, if I was on Tennessee, I would have tried to fucking smack that shit back in her face.
You know what though? If a player would have blocked it, they probably would have been public enemy number one by the media.
Good. I would have. Oh my God. I would have done anything I could. I would have done anything I could to get to that ball. But I guarantee you they were told not to. It was very clear they were told not to try to block it. So
what a joke.
Jonathan Bordeaux for $5. True tweet from 5 Point Vids. The most clown take about Sarah Fuller kicking an extra point has been calling Vanderbilt a Power 5 team. That is pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Potato Radio for $10. If women play football, it's co-ed per Title IX, and they will have to close women's soccer, right? I do think so, because Title IX basically means they have to have an equal number of fucking options for female sports and men's sports. So yeah, if it did go co-ed, I think they would have to. I don't know about women's soccer. I don't know if there's a Vanderbilt men's soccer team, actually.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, that's basically Title IX. You have to have equal shit. That's why, the football team, just the football team, basically pays for all the women's college sports because of Title IX. Because they bring in no money, but they are legally required to have these sports available, even no one goes and watches. And we're actually going to talk that. So we're going to hit a couple more of these super chats and talk more about Vanderbilt real quick. Blake Hutchinson for $5 doesn't say anything, but thank you for supporting. Roy McClurg for $25. Thanks for the brief moment of sanity, guys. Thank you for the big super chat, Roy. We appreciate that. We appreciate everybody being here today.
Yep.
Awesome. Blake for another $5. Imagine Vanderbilt in the locker room after their first victory or field goal. Sarah Fuller will get her full support then. Imagine Vanderbilt in the locker room after their first victory or field goal. Sarah Fuller will get her full support then. I'm not quite exactly sure what you're saying, but like the idea that they are celebrating this when they are having an 0-9 season is laughable. Those players have to feel so shitty.
Oh, I know, man.
Their university and everything.
Yeah. 0-9 and all these celebrations and no emphasis on the fact that they're just garbage. No, let's celebrate kicking extra points. That is Vanderbilt football right there. Absolutely. What a joke.
Yeah, there you go. Just looked it up. Vanderbilt does not have a men's soccer team. That's what I thought. I thought I had.
Well, somebody said Vanderbilt does have a men's soccer team, but I don't know who Michael F. Bender is. But I know Adam has been following us for a while. So
I've heard about it before for sure. Someone said Sarah Fuller should auction her jock strap. There'd be a lot of people that pay for that, to be honest. Blake, I read that one. Mark 6'3" for $2. Caitlyn Jenner will be kicking soon. Maybe. Maybe. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead for $5. Sarah Fuller will be drafted number 1 by the Jets, then become the NFL MVP, then named Super Bowl MVP. Probably.
You're not far from it.
You know, I almost guarantee you that she is going to try out for some team. We've seen that before. There was a female that tried out for the Jets who kicked 2 kicks. The cumulative went 33 yards. This was a complete publicity stunt, but again, that's what this entire thing is. It's laughable, completely laughable. But Vanderbilt was in the news again this week, that because the only way they can remain relevant is
for social justice.
Vanderbilt women's basketball will remain in the locker room for the national anthem all season. Keep in mind that Vanderbilt women decided to kneel. They did it before it was trendy, really, just to get attention for themselves. Well, that's obviously not enough now. Racism is still alive and well. They failed. So now they're just going to stay in for the national anthem. And they made a big announcement about it on Twitter to get more attention. And God. This is blocked right now because I'm not a VIP. But basically, they made this huge virtue signal about how people they need to take a stand up against police brutality, for social justice, all of this nonsense. The Vanderbilt women, you can't even really find ratings for these things because not enough people actually watch on TV for there to be reports about the ratings. But I did go ahead and look up the attendance statistics. About 2,300 people on average. 2,300 people per game come to watch Vanderbilt play. Nobody cares about Vanderbilt women. That's with them giving away tickets to the students. There's not even enough people that want to get fucked by these chicks to pretend like they care about it to fill the stands. Whether it's dudes or chicks, to be honest with you.
And I mean, this is the way they're staying relevant is again, they're pretending that people care, but nobody cares. So now they're getting media attention for virtue signaling. And again, it's just pathetic, absolutely pathetic. It is becoming trendy and popular within the media to just disrespect, the national anthem in your country, and that gets you a lot of woke points with the media, and that's what happens when you have an irrelevant program. You just need to virtue signal so you can get some attention. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and the idea that they make some grand announcement about it from some like Vanderbilt school reporter. No one cares about Vanderbilt women's college basketball. Very few people care about women's college basketball in general. The idea that you're going to stay in the locker room for the national anthem because you find it offensive in some way is pathetic. At this point, we've been having this fight for years now. I think that eventually there will be a push to have it not played at all once all the kneeling fad is over.
Yep.
Because it is now offensive to be a patriot. It is now offensive to love your country to these fucking losers.
It is. And we just got to continue to call it out, continue to support, brands and individuals that, are calling this bullshit out because the media has been compromised. Like I said, Clay Travis, Black and White Sports, us, and there are a few other people, not many, but there are a few other people that are calling it out as well. But this is just a joke. We live in a fucking clown world, legitimate clown world. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it legitimately is. We got a super chat from B New for $5. How best to support the channel?
Well, the best way to support the channel is, like I said, it's part of a bigger brand, which is Geeks and Gamers. Geeksandgamers.com is our website. You can go over there, sign up for an account for free. You can get into the forums and over there, but signing up for a premium membership over there is the best way, because we are currently looking at getting an app developed. We're talking to a few different developers, and there's some really good discussions. Ryan was part of one of those discussions the other day, and a lot of good stuff is going to be working out over the next several months. This app is going to tie into the profiles directly on the website. It's going to have a private message system. There's going to be a lot more functionality and communication we can have directly with our premium subscribers and our people that are just signed up to the website. So supporting the website in that capacity helps. PayPal's are in the link, and obviously just subscribe to like Ryan's personal channel, subscribe to Geeks and Gamers, my personal channel, D-Day Cobra, and continue to just show support through super chats and watching the videos. There's a lot of different ways, but the website is the best aspect to support us.
Yeah, but definitely like everybody being here, we continue to like grow our audience, and obviously whatever catchy story is probably going to depend how many people we actually get watching each week. But you guys in the comments, we always listen. There's always going to be a couple retarded people that stumble across here and want to try to troll or whatever. They're fucking irrelevant pieces of shit, and you guys do a great job in the chat of shaming them into fucking leaving, because they are pieces of shit. But everybody here liking, sharing the stream out there, we appreciate the hell out of all you guys. Definitely super chats are always awesome and a great way to support. But even if you don't being here supporting every day is awesome.
Yes, just being here supporting, liking the video, commenting. Obviously, super chats do help, because again, this app is going to cost a pretty substantial amount of money, but we're willing to invest that, and we're definitely excited for that. That's going to be the biggest step for us, is that app, and it's going to take time and money and patience, but we are actively working on that right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Taker 610 for $2. Vote Biden, then kneel to protest him. Brilliant. I'm sure Jeremy's going to be talking about on his personal channel all the Biden stuff that came out. They've turned on him quickly.
Oh, it's beautiful. BLM's turning on him. Everything. It's hilarious, man. Absolutely hilarious. But before we do wrap up today, and I know we got a couple more super chats, I do want to talk about this quick. Bruce Arians, Tom Brady thing. How the media is making out like there's a collapse or something. I don't personally believe that. I do think that this is the same narrative we've heard in New England for the past 10 years, is Brady and Belichick over. And now that Brady's in Tampa Bay, things haven't gone great, but I continue to make the point that when Bruce Arians has made comments about Tom Brady publicly, I feel that has been strategic on both their parts, because the one time that Bruce Arians could have put Tom Brady on blast this year, he didn't. He took up for him, which was that fourth down situation, which was embarrassing, and it was really bad. And Bruce Arians had his back. So I think that like New England is right now is nobody's even talking about New England, because it's irrelevant, because they're trash and Cam Newton's trash. And but with Tampa Bay, I just think it's kind of the LeBron effect, where LeBron goes, that's where the attention goes, and that's why all the attention's in Tampa Bay. But I think Tampa Bay will be fine. They definitely have some work to do, but I don't think that there's a real problem with Arians and Brady, but we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that I think that they will work things out. I think there's the fact that Antonio Brown came in. That wasn't something that Bruce Arians want, but it's something that he allowed to happen for Tom Brady. Ultimately, it's his first time at a new system. He's trying to work it out. We've seen flashes of what this offense really could be when they are clicking. I just don't know if they'll get it together. You'd think that with Drew Brees going down, they really should have been able to take advantage of that. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, they haven't, because the Saints have had kind of an easy schedule with Taysom Hill.
Saints have been undefeated with Breeze the last 2 years. It's 8-0 without Breeze.
Yeah.
System quarterback. That's what I kept hearing in New England when the fucking Patriots would go 4-3.
Yeah. Sean Payton can do a lot with a little. I don't think you can go undefeated with Taysom Hill because he can't really throw very well. But for a couple games against shitty competition, you can kind of work it out. That's kind of what they've done. Let me get back to these couple super chats here. Mr. J for $5, just showing support. Thank you very much, Mr. J. We appreciate that. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead for $5. I want Sarah Fuller to play running back for my football team because then she can run into the end zone completely untouched. Then my team will be undefeated. Basically, what I would worry about if she's hanging out in that locker room too much. Too many people would be trying to run into her end zone. That's something you got to worry about with these women in the locker rooms as well. So, do you remember that? You remember that meme? Not the meme, but that picture that went nuts with that Patriots slut fan who was like, Julian Edelman, I want you to put it in my end zone.
Yeah.
That's a lot of what you would be seeing if that actually happened. But guys, we are going to wrap it up here. The games are about to kick off. It's hard to imagine we're week 14 or 15 in the NFL. I think 14 in the NFL. But God, it's just been a different season. Sports don't feel the same this year, to be sure. But it is what it is. Jeremy, got anything to say before we wrap it up?
No, we'll be live tonight over on Twitch. So follow us over on Twitch, geeks_and_gamers. We'll be live on Twitch playing Mario Kart tonight. And then tomorrow night we'll be live for our premium members for our weekly stream. And we have a lot more in the works in the very near future. So yeah, good stuff all the way around. There
you go. And once again, thank you guys for being here each and every week. Thank you for the support. We're going to keep being here, keep speaking the truth, keep calling these fuckers out in the mainstream media, because if enough people start talking, eventually maybe some of these people can get out of power, change some of this stuff. Thank you. We'll talk to you next week. Peace.
Bye.